Hello, welcome to a playthrough of Age of Wonders 4, specifically a second viewer challenge. And now, let's head into our episode. This we can shred. That's really good. I think we take that reward, I think. Mask. Helmet. Alright. But this is probably better. Oh, and you need... Okay, you need a wind wall. Okay. Yep, you're staying right where you are. Glyphios can annex another province. We do want to make our way to here. We do need another forester. So if we grab this as a forester, that gives us 3. And we can start looking at poking around underground here. More importantly, what we can then do, I got 500 in the bank, is turning that into a teleport. Right? End turn. Next turn, we grab the boost for forest stuff. So then it's that much longer till we have to worry about slapping down a keep everywhere. Yeah, if I'm gonna go 4, usually by turn 60 you want the 4th one. But we are going forest nature, so that does mean we can like our cities are gonna grow rapidly. So even if we wait till like turn 75, grab this. And again, 1, 2, so I think the city goes here. What are you on? That's fine. Put the city here, and that's a good spot. You, again... Alright. You are taking this fight. You are helping. Why do you have a scout? Alright, you, Mr. Scout, can head here. I'm not sure why or when that happened. Melee. So you need a white witch. The piggy's staying there. You guys, real quick, save bookmark. Are taking out these polar bears. Great, shouldn't lose anyone. Cool. I'll disenchant that, grab the mana. More importantly, you get a white witch over here. We need 1 more ring, so blueprints. Well, before I do that, arsenal. Disenchant. We'll keep them out. That can go away. That can go away. That can go away. We'll give... Now we'll start making another one. On our heroes, you get this. And we need 1 more. Okay. We're going to save. Bookmark 2. Again, if I lose anyone, I will fight it. But yeah, I shouldn't lose anyone. Do I have to siege it back? And we'll do the same thing. Save. Bookmark 1. Combat. If I lose anyone, I will fight it. Great. We'll go ahead and immediately disenchant the staff. Someone. So, do I have to siege this back down to take it back? Okay, interesting. Yeah, you can head here. Piggy's going there. Okay, we can trigger this fight, so we will. Oh, nope, gotta wait a turn. Alright. Shoot. I need to heal. So we'll pull back to here and here, respectively, for that massive boost to healing. And then we'll have to try that again. Yeah, you go there for now. We've got the mint. We keep the teleporter. We've got the White Witch. I've got 700 in the bank. You make a White Witch in 2 turns. You do it in 1 turn. Yeah, so Summoner is interesting. So I guess a Summoner with our hero units, and then Wild Speakers in the other places. Not the worst idea. We can also start making wards. But what do we need in what armies? So let's take a look at our armies. So White Witch, healer, White Witch, healer. Healer, so you need a White Witch healer, White Witch Witches. So we need quite a few White Witches. That's okay. Where are you? Oh, okay. I think what happened is I thought the Scout was the White Witch and the White Witch was the Scout. So let's get a couple of White Witches up and done. So we'll White Witch you. You do a summoner in 3, you do a summoner in 3. And we'll start a summoner here, and we'll call that good. Portent Ocean and annex another province. Quarry. 3 turns. I'm okay with that. More importantly, we're gonna grab this. So now we can withdraw our Whispering Stone. No! Really? Oh, no, you don't... Okay, hold on. Where are Whispering Stones? According to this, there's one in Glyphia. Oh, sorry, that's City Stones. Where are they? Florin, Thorn, and Pitra. Okay. 54-25, 34-41, 40-70-20. This is a better spread. We're going to withdraw you. I was reading that wrong. And give you the Whispering... Really? +2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I mean, I'm not sure that's true. Decaying, weakened. Let's grab endurance training. We made a distracting? No, we turned that out. We're dealing with that. We're dealing with that. I could rush this. I'm not sure it's worth it. Our mana's starting to get a little lower again, so I think we're looking at... This is... Oh, that's interesting. So if we put a summoning well here, that gives us plus 12 mana plus 2 knowledge. Okay. Oh. I mean, the other thing we can do is Earth Shape Snow. And now it's 15 and 10. So that's a little more mana. We still need a monolith here, too. Okay. Something to consider. So, like, there's 20. I think you're out of monoliths. No, you still need a monolith, but you also need a conduit. Okay. So, yeah, grabbing this and sticking one of our specialized conduits here. Not the worst idea. Dealing with that. Okay. Go ahead, summon wild animal. And that will go here. Now, again, we do have the otter. So, what the otter states is for every friendly animal in our domain. Yeah, so we're getting 12 from natural order. And 20, minus 20 from Mark of the Otter? Because it wasn't in our domain at the time. Each friendly animal unit within their domain. So because we just summoned this, it hasn't kicked in. Because this is an animal. So we're going to start slapping just a defense army of just tier 1 animals around each city. Okay. Not consider this. Okay. So we could become their overlord. We wail away on them. But again, we're busy. That wasn't me. That's fine. I will not allow the AI to use spells, but if we lose a unit, I will go ahead. Yeah, that's... So it must take a turn to kick in. Great. So we should get to heal. Okay. You are actually headed in this direction. You are taking this out, so we'll save the game. Bookmark 1. Did I click load? Save game. There we go. Bookmark 1. Trigger this. Perfect. Auto combat. If I need to, I will go ahead. We'll retry that. Again, I shouldn't lose a unit. And we're almost up to 1,000 mana. So spamming tier 1 spells. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. Okay, what are we dealing with? Whoa, a wild speaker. And then a lot of poison. Okay. Okay. No charge. No charge. These are just ranged and annoying. Gotcha. So we're not dealing with charge spells. You line up there, there, and there. Not sure how you died, so you can head here. They are very fast. So what we'll do is try to use these guys, there we go, as bait. Does have a charge, so this is... actually a decent setup. And we can see where things go. Yeah, I don't have a wild speaker in here. I have a soother. Just to get the cooldown going, I will go ahead and cast Soothing Breeze on him. Yeah, that's it. Let me save the tactical bookmark. Now, I do have 906 mana, so I'm not worried about using spells. I still want to limit it, though. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So, what are we gonna cast here? Definitely... Oh, no, not right. Yeah! Shit. Sure. There's the charge counterattack. You're frozen, you're missing a... Oh, no, you're not frozen. You can go here to pin them down. You can go here and web them. Because these three can finish this off. Yeah, range, right? Alright, so if you go here, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's have you attack them. You step here. Not a kill. Now it's a kill. Well, now it's really a kill. More importantly, you can step here. Wait, adjacent units? Adjacent enemy units. And we'll definitely exhaust. And then I think that's all we want to do. We do have poison units, but I don't have a way to get rid of the poison. So, end turn. Yeah, they can't move. So I thought this would happen, so we can escape. You can't reach anything. You can kill that. You can pin them. You die. See where they pop. That's fine. You go here and rotate this way. Boom. That weakens them further. Meaning, if we mark them as prey, that's a lot of damage. And if we're marking you as prey either, to pin them. There we go. And just to give the... Yeah, see, this way the elephant has somewhere to go. Here. You kill them. That gives you options. We could conjure an astral ward. Ooh. We do have a way to remove negative static effects. Yay! We're gonna cast that on you. Just so you don't die. And then that's it. I don't think the sprint is worth it. We'll just end the turn. I could summon a Greater Spirit. No point. We'll just unleash on you. And dead. And charge. That he pops over there. Beetle gets the kill. And now we've lost no one. Yeah, but because... Close. Oh, warding helmet. Not the worst. But we can probably make something better. I don't know who that popped to. That's friendly territory. That's friendly territory. Now you can hop in there. And these guys can clean this up. Okay, we're getting things under control. We now have... Okay, so now we can pick a new tome. I think we have to do Tome of Vigor. Because we need to start getting Tier 3 frontline units.
The unbridled power of the herd.
I want all of these.
The sheer strength of the mighty bear as it closes in upon its prey.
But of these three, remember,
that
all
beats in the sinews and bones of beasts. Then you will be able to harness it and strengthen your pack with the force of nature itself.
While this is appreciated, only our ranged units benefit from a racial transformation. So priority, I think, goes to empowered beasts. Right? And summon greater animal. Of the two, summon greater animal is probably more important than empowered beasts. So we're going to lock this for 35, and we're going to start summoning greater animals. You are in a wrong place. You're headed here. You're traveling there. Oh, okay, we got it back. I'm gonna build a watchtower. Alright, so... 880. See, but what I mean is, then we can... Well, he stays, but we pull the crab out into its own army and just slap down a tier 3 animal into this army. Right? And then, same thing here. In the meantime... Go. And we'll do it again. Here? Hold on. Ah, that's one. Go. There we go. Now we're happy. Yeah, Mark of the Otter. Yeah, so it takes a turn for Mark of the Otter to kick in. But now we can withdraw the Whispering Stone. Go back to here. Yeah, we're at war with them. Give it to you. Snag that. Tons of gold, tons of mana. And now we can start looking at... So we're building the teleporter. After the teleporter. Oh, first of all. Settle grievances. This is the most. We'll do that one. And that one. Okay. So the question, we have an alliance with her. She has a defensive pact with them. They are tier 3. I think within the next... Jeez. probably after turn 70, we'll aim to look at going to war. To burn this to the ground. Just to get it out of the way. And force vassalize all his shit. Got Arcane Restoration, that's going to be huge. Where were you? Oh, you were going here. Boop. So we've given them plenty of territory to spread out to, if they so choose. They don't have to stay on the surface, but I think they grabbed a bunch on the surface anyways. The question is, do we have enough time to clear this out and settle a fourth city? I think we're going to try to make the time. Go ahead, queue that up again. 196. I'm gonna pop in 2. Granary's only 30. But we'll grab that. You're not making anything. I'll queue up another White Witch. And then we'll end the turn. I think we have to take the risk and head out here. And these two armies can clear out this monster den. I think that's about it. Astral Dew. I think we have a number of Astral Dews. We have 1. So just slapping a outpost here and throwing a warp camp here, not the worst idea. Because I don't know if this city can expand that far. So now we have tier 2. Meaning now if we so choose, we can summon a nymph. And the Revitalize is pretty good. Because it's an AoE status effects god. But, again, base upkeep is 20 mana, and we don't get the all the reduction bonuses for it being an animal unit. We do, however, get the reduction bonuses for this. So we can reduce it by 20 there, at the very least. You were headed in this direction. There's our Mystic Spire. Meaning now, potentially, we can grab the Gorgon's Lair. If I wanted to boost... How much... How long until 410 to Ocean? I can wait the 2 turns. I'm okay with it. After that, I think we grab Arcane Battlements. Yep. So now we've got the Watchtower. Doesn't do much for us. They're poked in. Again, this gets burned to the ground. We're probably going to end up going evil, which means after we're done with this tome, I think we go back for Tome of the Doom Herald. At some point, we will grab the Dark Cold. Just because last time... Okay, so it gives Frost Resistance. And a Frostspire. Just because I don't think we're grabbing... Where is it? Tome of Paradise. Because this negates this. We're not going to go Gaia's Chosen. As much as I want Fortress of Vines and Garden of Bliss, because that would supercharge us, it only counts for grassland provinces. So the issue is like, Alright, if I throw... I can't show it. If I throw a farm here, this is snow and ice, it lost the grassland. So it just it converts grasslands to ice. So that means... What that does mean is... What? We'll lose the bonuses eventually on the bounty. It is worth it to slap it down, but I do have to be aware eventually we will lose all of the bonuses. So it might be better to replace the bountiful fields eventually with something else. Don't care. Screw you. Uh-huh. Dealing with it. Dealing with it. Dealing with it. Dealing with it. Yep. Yep. You're going away next turn? Next turn. But you see, like, this, slide them out. Tier 3, Tier 3. Throw in a few Tier 1s. Really? So after the teleporter, I have to save up. We need the auditorium. Yeah, the natural order is only giving us 14. I'm not sure why the mark of the auto... Oh, it wasn't here last turn. That's why. But that minus 20 will go away. So, okay, it's not as bad as it looks. Like I said, you pretty much just have to keep a tier 5, like, a defensive army around each city that is nothing but cheap summon units and a soother. Well, a wild speaker. I think a wild speaker is more appropriate. So we're getting minus 20, but that will go away. That'll bump us up to... That's still 71. So, yeah. They're 1 of 6. 4, 6, 5. So we're second in strength. Okay. I kind of thought that would happen. If I lose a unit, I will fight it. That will be the last thing we do. Like, well, I'll finish the next turn we're going into, but then we're done. So we'll auto-combat this. You know what, though? I'll give up the Death Beetle. And again, same thing. Great. So this is Vengeful Frostbringer. Let's go ahead and disenchant that. This is just an army. It's not a death. So we're gonna pull you guys back to heal, and you back to heal. And then you have nothing to excavate. They might try to take that, and I hope they do. Let me go excavate that. You're heading into this army. So you go here. Sorry, this army. In you go. How much? Hold on. Do I settle the grievances? Yeah, see, look. Now we're up to minus 36. So we're fine. So that means this... not as big a priority as I was afraid. It doesn't hurt, but snagging like the Workers Guild might be better. Slapping down a summoning well might not be a bad idea. Like here or here. I have plenty. I'll grab that now while it's boosted. We'll hold off on that. Not gonna boost that. I will throw that in there. Go ahead. Cast it again. Throw this one in here. Again, defensive army. It'll just stay there. It's just providing... Essentially, it's just providing city stability. That's all it's there for. Alright. So, again, I want to try to... we're gonna have to wait 2 turns. Oh, I did not see the haste berries here. Interesting. We might have to burn Thorn to the ground, too. Or incorporate it. That is an interesting idea. What we can do is step in this direction. Right? Just so I don't forget. I'll do that next time. You're going where you were going. You're going to do that. Oh. You're healing. Alright, you don't need a White Witch. You do, so you can head in this direction. To the granary. I think... Well, production's going to take a huge boost. That's the thing. So looking at a wildlife sanctuary, that's 3. That's a solid 5. 1, 2, yeah. And converting this into a wildlife sanctuary, not the worst idea. I think the teleporter, honestly, goes here. Because this can either be a farm or a quarry, but we actually want the quarries underground close to this. Mainly just for this. So let's do this fight. Bookmark 2. Auto combat. If I lose anything, I will fight it. We should be clear. A white wolf mount. As much as I want that. We're gonna go ahead and disenchant his ass. Now, we can wait a turn. And what I'm looking at is, you stay on the defense, these 2 go to found the 4th city, and we can use these 4 armies to clean things up. In 3 turns, which we're not going to get to this recording, we will start summoning tier 3 animals and stepping... Like, this is tier 2, this is tier 2, they step out, they become a support army, slap down tier 3. Tier 2 is fine, he's tier 1, step him out, slap in a tier 3. Okay. That would be a lot of mana. We're 8 turns away, though. So, we're gonna pass on that. I think the next thing to do is grab... Oh, hold on. I think we grab this, just in case. And we'll go from there. So, enter. I think we're gonna want to get to 4 cities. I don't think we're gonna do 5. When I get a chance, 47.50. I think I will trade out. Oh, we don't know what they're giving. We'll take a look here, and we'll trade out one of these Whispering Stones to these guys. Just to get this as high as possible. Because they're going to take a while, unless I boost them. Which I'm not planning to do. Okay, so... I would rather have... Ooh. Glyphios. Huh. Do we want the research or the production? I think we go for the research. Okay, interesting. If we're gonna go underground, we're gonna grab this. So now, more Imperium, more importantly, 2 mana per quarry in the city. So that technically gives us a bonus of 8 mana. 1 quarry can go away, and we don't really care. We do need another farm. That'll go here. We're getting the granary. That is hugely boosted. We do need the monolith. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I may need that mana gold for other things. Here. Hold on. Alright. You're going in. Hold on. You're going in this arm. You're going in this arm. Okay. So this army's on defense. Next turn, we're going to get a huge spike. 2. Nope, there's 3. That's a lot of bacon. We'll go ahead, keep another one. But we do have the teleport, so we can get around faster. I will let them come to me. Because it looks like they're headed in my direction, and then we'll counter it. You are headed in this direction. Gonna take you a while to get there. That's okay. Oh, interesting. Alright, so we'll save game. Bookmark 1. Slam into you first. Auto combat. Shouldn't lose anything. If I do, I'll fight it. Great. Then slam into you. Ooh. I am not currently recruiting. I will conscript them as laborers. And take the reward. Because now this is down to 2 turns. Which will give a huge boost. Flat down stone walls. I still don't have a conduit. That's... And summoning will, I guess? A bit better. Summoning well can go here. That's Glyphios. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. Omen Hollow. Yeah, summoning well can go here. Where did you come from? Lair of Silk. Okay. So we are going to want that in Glyphios' domain. 560. Making 353, meaning, I think, 3 turns. Alright, that's fine. I can wait for 3 turns. So in 3 turns, Alright, let's queue up. Oh, well, hold on. Let's take a look at our armies again. So what do we got? You need a summoned unit. We're down to summoned units, mostly. So let's focus on getting buildings going. Or quarries, which we're going to get. So if we take a look at this, no, quarry there is fine. This counts as a quarry? Okay. Nope, no, that might be within range without the help. But to keep the animals flowing, although this is cheaper, we'll queue this up first. You're headed to here. You're on auto. You are headed right here. So clearing out these monster dens in this area is priority, so you will head south. Okay. Hold off on that. Granary in a turn, we attract population in 5. Or I use the Imperium now. Slap another quarry here, convert it into a teleport. I think I do. So that's going to become a teleport. Okay. And I'm okay with that. Right. Your... can we step... Okay, we can step to the left one. You'll stay there. You'll stay there. You are playing defense. These guys are going to slam into us. Okay. You're going with them. And you're done. End turn. So they don't have a justified reason to declare a war. I'm hoping they declare an unjustified war. The AI just gets pissed and declares an unjustified war. That will trigger. And that's not true. So in 12 turns, we will get a bonus of 200. Okay. I think maybe that works. Oh, I forgot to do... the free city thing. Alright, I'll have to do that next turn. And then turn 70 will be our final turn. Because we're about to get slammed by... I was afraid of that. Alright, he's dead. I don't mind he got defeated. We have now seen what's under here and realized it is worth taking this. Yeah, so conduit here of some descriptor. Probably something to do with ice. Like a Doom Depth Trench. Right, so this is our final turn. Yeah, we don't have enough time to deal with that. So before I forget, 3 cities. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so you're 35. You have Imperium, so you're staying. We're going to withdraw from you. You give Imperium. You don't. You don't. So you give Imperium. So despite the fact that you give so little of everything else, just because you give Imperium, we'll keep you, we'll withdraw you, and we'll give this to you. We have built another ring. You are bugging out, apparently. Hold on. Alright, so nothing in our territory hot, but we need to kill you and then swing south. I'm not sure where you came from. Let me check underground. Perfect. Oh, something's going on down there. Oh, they dug it out, you sons of a bitches. Alright. So, we can step this way. You can step this way. You can step this way. So that makes me feel more comfortable doing that. Cast you. Cast you. You're at 3. And go ahead and cast you again. Great. Hero-wise, you need the ring. Okay. Cancel. So now everyone has a ring, but not an orb. So let's get everyone an orb. So we'll go ahead. As well, hold on. Let me check. The problem is blind is 2. So we could do blind, distracted, and slowed. Oh. Instead of sundered resistance. But I like the sundered resistance. Because that means the other ones are more likely to kick in. Does that make sense? So if we change this to sundered resistance, we could do stunned, which would be a fun one. As opposed to weakened. 30% chance to stun, but that's going to go up the more we hit them. Let's try it. So this is a stunning, we'll say stunning frostwall. So we'll go ahead and start forging that. Turn 70 will be our final turn, this recording session. You're going here. We'll go ahead and dig that out for you, and then we're done down here. So you are good to deal with something. 1104. Once we get a tier 3 unit here and here, we will go ahead and take Mother Ash. So let's head in that direction. We're gonna save. Trigger this. If I lose anyone, I'll fight it. But I shouldn't. Great. And then... Perfect. We need to head in this direction. And I don't mind waiting a turn, because it'll take a turn for this to kick in. So we have time to wait. You're fine. You're fine. You have the granary, now you're working on a teleport. Olin Hollow can annex yet another province. Right, we're gonna grab the conduit before I forget. Boom. And we can look at, so if you're making a workers guild, either a summoning well. Alright. Which is quite a bit of mana. They have to be next to each other. That's the thing. Oh, oddly enough, it would be useful here, but we lose a bunch. Which does make our territory easier to defend. Or, since we have so much gold saved up, I think we trigger the Wizard's Auditorium. Because that'll give us a ton of stability. So we'll go ahead and trigger that. That doesn't mean we're not making anything. We did have a hero level up. And I will grab... crit chance and accuracy. I don't care about Devouring Spell. What's this do again? Temporal Plague. Could be interesting. There's nothing else here I want to grab. Let's grab... We do want to get to Hex of Disruption, though. But let's grab the Temporal Plague first. Because that does get us to Distant Evocation, +1 range, and more damage, and we ignore status resistance. You see, meaning we have a better chance of inflicting, decaying, electrified, distracted, slow disease, so on and so forth. New skill, which is your army ripped in hostile domain. We're about to go to war, so that's a pretty good one. Did the Windy Vicious Flanker, not creating a bounty, dealing with that. I think that's everything. So I will click end turn, we'll let it tick over to turn 71, and then we'll go from there. Two quarries we do not need. We could turn the extra quarries into mines. Right? So, like, well, one extra quarry. We're a little heavy on the quarries in this city. And we do need another forester, so converting this to a forester might not be the worst idea. Alright. End turn. So we'll let this turn timer tick and we'll see where we go. So it looks like our goal next recording session is A, slap down a fourth city, and B, start a war with him and burn at least 2 cities to the ground. Right? Well, 1. At least this city gets burned to the ground. Everything else gets vassalized. And we'll deal with that. And then, yeah, we'll deal with these guys, and then we'll see if she joins us. I wanted to go... So, if we get rid of him, we can go for the magical victory achievement. So that is something we're gonna eyeball. So I was gonna grab this, but I think snagging this siege specialization is a bit more important. As is, we are done for the day. Perfect. Select new research. Yeah, of these empowered beasts. And I'll leave the rest for our next recording session. Thank you very much for joining me. We are done for the day. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Again, this is a viewer challenge. So I encourage you guys to email me and say, like, hey, try it with these settings, with these settings, with these settings, so on and so forth, you know. I would love to, like I said, make this a regular series. I can be emailed at sparkytdk@gmail.com. If you do give me a viewer challenge and I use it, I will make the main hero use your username, so do keep that in mind. But we are done. Thank you very much for following me. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Smash that bell. All that jazz. Even better, check out other videos and playthroughs I've done. Bestest, come on over and check me out when I stream live every Sunday through Friday, life permitting. Thank you very much for joining me, and until we see each other again, remember to be kind to one another. Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.